Hello, my name is Bruno Herrmann from LT Innovate, and today I have the pleasure to talk to Marc Mittag from translate5. Hi, Marc, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you, Bruno. Nice to meet
Okay,
you.
nice to meet you too. So let's talk today about the upcoming Language Intelligence Conference that will take place on November 17, 18, and 19th in Vienna, Austria.
Mhm.
Why did you decide to present at this conference?
The innovation that I see in the last 12 months that we heavily are working on and that is in production now is to use on-premise large language models in the translation process for multiple purposes. And what I see when I'm talking with industry clients and language service providers alike is that triggered by what happens in the world. Companies want to own their own data and want to work with companies and systems that are hosted and driven by European companies and not by big tech in US or other companies. And so that's something where a lot of innovation happens at the moment everywhere. And what we are doing there in the language industry is spearheading that from my belly feeling. So that's why we said, hey, we should present what we are doing together with one of our LSP clients, OneWord.
That's great. And as you know, every year during the conference, we focus a lot on value creation. So let me ask you, what does your solution do to solve issues? And therefore, of course, what does it do to create value for users?
What I see at the moment, maybe the most important thing, at least for us, with working together with our clients, is bringing together three things. That is data sovereignty, and then AI, and in translation processes, and openness for integrating that in the way you need it as a client, and also influencing the process. So many companies do that in a way, or many translation tools do that in the way that users are not really free how to integrate that tool and also how to customize the AI and also how to use the AI and what AI to use. And the benefit we are offering clients is that you can basically use any AI out there as translation engine, which can be customized in the way the user needs it with a flexible prompting library and stuff like that. And you can also use it for quality estimation. And very soon you will also be able to use it for alternative translations and for automated post-editing. So basically for the complete picture, what you may want to do in translation processes with AI. And this you can do with any large language model you're able to install on premise, and also with any large language model that you are able to install in Microsoft Azure AI Foundry, if that is still enough sovereignty for you. This is very special value, I think, that we are bringing to clients. This focus on data sovereignty on the one hand side, and on the other hand side, complete flexibility with what AI they want to go, how they want to influence the process, and so on. We're bringing the tools to do that and the possibilities, and also if they need some feature in addition, what is not there, it's our concept of software development. We are open source, that you can influence that process. So this model of flexibility, freedom, openness is and data sovereignty is the core of benefit, I think, that we bring to our clients.
You made a very important point here is that value is not just about money. In some industries, it's about compliance. And more in all industries today, you actually mentioned the keyword, which is sovereignty. This is also value.
Maybe if you talk about money, you said it's not only about money, but of course it's always also about money. Many people might think using an on-premise LLM is much more cost intensive than using one of the standard MT providers out there, for example. And
Mm.
maybe you will get less quality then. But both is not true according to what we saw in the last 6 months when we worked intensively on that with our clients. We saw that quality is, if you choose the right model, it's better than what we got in comparison tests with standard MT providers out there. And if you have at least some kind of mid-sized volume, I would say, it's already cheaper to run your own server than buying that volume at those providers.
Of course, value has multiple facets. So that's why it's sometimes tricky and challenging to capture and measure value, because it's not just one thing, as you mentioned. So what will the participants see and learn from you, and what will they take away? So what could you say to these people to convince them to join us?
They will learn much more in detail about the use cases that I already pointed out a bit. And in addition, we will showcase what tests we did with what models, how they did benchmark, and what production use cases we have already and will have until then, because it's still some months to go, and what value was returned there. So regarding the parameters, costs, quality, data sovereignty, and how it really works out in production chains, and how it is possible to orchestrate that in the complete system, because you can use that in translation workflows, so with post editing and review stuff and so on, but you can also use that in instant translation. So in our system, you can also have an instant translation interface similar to what you see with Google Translate or whatsoever, what you can use then with your complete own AI system behind that in your company, and have then your trained LLM there in the way you want the language to be, with your cost control and not dependency on anyone else there.
Well, Marc, many thanks for spending a few minutes with us at LT Innovate. We definitely look forward to listening to your use case and also to welcoming you to the conference in a few months from now. And a few words for our audience. So you just heard it. Marc and many other people will come to Vienna with use cases from different perspectives, from different industries, but also with a laser focus on what really matters, which is language intelligence in a value-driven framework. So don't hesitate to register, to come, to join us. And in the meantime, stay tuned for more information about the Language Intelligence Conference from November 17 to November 19 in Vienna, Austria. We'll be back with more information very soon. Thank you very much.